Guys, we're going to talk about important deadlines for the Bitcoin ETF decisions because if they get approved on these days, we might not have to wait until next year for a bull run. So let's actually look at some of the dates for the SEC decisions. It does seem like, at least from what I've read, that the ARK Capital and CBOE, those ETF decisions have to come down by August 13th. That's about a month and a half from now, and that's still within the time frame of the summer. The BlackRock ETF, which is the big one I'm looking at, is February of 2024. So it could be an early 2024 bull run or a mid to late 2023 bull run. ARK Invest and CBOE are first up on the list. The SEC could end up extending them, but they have both amended and refiled, naming Coinbase as their kind of surveillance provider, and they have all the elements that the SEC would actually require for an ETF. CBOE, I think, is a fairly dominant, not dominant, but fairly big Wall Street player. ARK is obviously more into a crypto investment company, is kind of newer. But I do think they both have the requirements to get a Bitcoin ETF through in the US market. And the US people demand a Bitcoin ETF. There's pressure building up on the SEC. So let's hope this happens on August 13th. No more delays and the SEC just accepts it. I have my doubts that the SEC will because they're just trying to delay this as much as possible. And they may want BlackRock to get in first. But the SEC also has another point of pressure on it, which is the Grayscale case. Because Grayscale is alleging that, just because you have Bitcoin futures, there's no reason to deny spot futures. Grayscale's right, obviously, but the SEC might actually rather have ARK or CBOE or BlackRock get an ETF first, rather than have to deal with a Grayscale product. So there's also that pressure coming in. Plus, if you believe in the cabal stuff, obviously, Gary Gensler is supposed to be working for the cabal. BlackRock and Fidelity are supposed to be part of the cabal, with their ETF coming up on February 2024. And they've also amended their filing to actually have more surveillance agreements with Coinbase and the SEC. I think if you believe in that stuff, you would have to say that the SEC almost has to accept BlackRock's filing. And that's really the one I'm really looking at, the February 2024 BlackRock filing. BlackRock is something like 524 to 1 in terms of acceptance and failure in terms of filings. No other ATF filing is that good. But ARK and CBOE are the first ones we want to look at. I'm hoping, really, really hoping, and a lot of analysts actually do agree that there is a good chance the SEC will accept one of these filings. And I do believe that will boost the price up a lot. And that could have a bull run this year because, a Bitcoin ETF accepted late summer, that would definitely run some things. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.